What is going on, guys? Money Webby here, back again on Wednesday. Got a nice 11-game slate here tonight. I got it broken down for you with my money six of my favorite plays on the slate. Misfortune again last night. Trae Young going down with the injury early in the second quarter, and that kind of allowed the Miami Heat to get up fairly big, which kind of killed Jimmy Butler a little bit, as well as he didn't need to play as many minutes in the second half, and also kind of didn't have to come in as early in the second quarter. And so that really sucked with those two plays. Anthony Davis went off. Jay Crowder wasn't bad. Another game that turned into a blowout, though, in the fourth quarter, where he really didn't play in the fourth. Gary Harris was solid. Fernando, a little bit disappointing. I was hoping for him to get an uptick in minutes. Like I said, it was a risky play, but he only got 12 minutes. I was hoping to see around maybe 15 to 16 minutes. They put Damian Jones in for a weird kind of stint in the third quarter, where I was hoping Fernando would have been in there. But you live and you learn, I guess. So an annoying night with that injury. Really held us back a little bit with the Butler and Trae Young play. But hopefully we can have some better luck here tonight. So I got my 6 plays, though. Drop a like in the video if you're ready to go, ready to win some money here tonight. And let's hop right into it. I'm going to go with Giannis first off. I'm going to pay up at $10,800. Coming off a disappointing outing, and is priced up a little bit compared to other people. So I think people might gravitate away from him just based on the salary. But I think this matchup against the Celtics again here is very good for him. He went to town against his team in the playoffs, and they just really don't have any answer for him down low, I think, in this matchup. I think he'll be able to drive to the hoop at will, be able to fill it up like he has been all season long. Against the Cavs, it did turn into a blowout, and he was struggling a little bit with the shooting, but he's still flirted with the triple-double. So that kind of shows what kind of floor and ceiling this guy has. He's always in double-double territory, and he can get some more assists this year with just the pieces around him. And he always has that defensive stats upside with the blocks and steals, because he's such a big part of the Bucks defense as well. So at 10,800, think he can get it going here and have another huge game where he flirts with like 60 to 70 DraftKings points again. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my first guy. I want to go with Devin Booker. A little bit of a quiet season so far, but at 7,900, it's a pretty solid value considering how bad the Warriors defense has been this year. So I think Devin Booker will be able to settle in. He'll be matched up on paper on D'Angelo Russell, which is a mismatch in favor of him. The two guys are pretty damn good friends, so I think it'll be a little bit of a grudge match here tonight between the two, and I think Devin Booker will be able to get the better of him here. A weird kind of line from him against Utah this past night. He got in some foul trouble there. He's gotten in foul trouble every single game, but he wasn't able to get any assists. I see that changing here tonight, where he's able to get a few more assists. A much better matchup against the Warriors. Like I said, they've been really bad. Their defensive rating is not good, and it should be much more high scoring compared to the game against Utah, which is a team that slows it down and plays some good defense. So a better game environment here for Devin Booker, and we're getting him at a good value at 7,900 and in a mismatch against D'Angelo Russell. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my second guy. I'm going to go with Buddy Hield. He's really been struggling since the first game of the season. He got off to a really good start against the Phoenix Suns. Like in the first half of that game, he had like 20 points. And ever since then, he's just been really struggling with this shot. But always in DFS, these shooters that are volatile can always make for really good, especially GPP plays, because they can be so up and down. Like we saw the last two games, not able to find a shot at all. 5 DraftKings points and 20, shooting less than 20% in both of those games. But especially against Utah, like I mentioned, a really good defense. So I'm not surprised he struggled. Obviously, that's not close to being like a normal, really struggling game for an NBA player, being 1 for 7, but I'm not surprised. And this matchup, though, against the Charlotte Hornets is a much easier matchup. Another team that's really struggling on defense. Dwayne Bacon, not a good defender. And I think Buddy Hield will be able to get the better of him here in this matchup, be able to step up. Marvin Bagley is still out, so they need that scorer to step up in his absence. And I think Buddy Hield can definitely be that piece here in this game, be able to bounce back. I don't see 3 or even 4 straight poor shooting performances for this guy, especially in a good matchup against the Charlotte Hornets, a game that should be high scoring and not much defense. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my third guy. I'm going to go with Jaylen Brown. I guess the theme of this video is really just shooting guards that I think can pay or be good values based on their current salary. So 5,500 for Jaylen Brown. He's been getting some consistent minutes. It's just that the foul trouble has been holding him back. Against the Knicks, he got in some foul trouble again, which limited him to 27 minutes, and also they got up pretty big in that second half. So didn't need to see probably around the 30 minutes he would have saw. But in the game that they were close in and he stayed out of foul trouble, the guy got 38 minutes. And also he's just been really good so far this year, being able to fill it up a little bit more with some more rebounds and also just being a better scorer from the field. And this is another matchup here against Milwaukee, which I think can favor him, as he doesn't have to deal with the wing type defenders that they're really good at with Giannis. Like, he can make Tatum struggle in this game. But Jaylen Brown will be matched up with Wesley Matthews. He's not a great defender. I think Jaylen Brown is a little bit more physical than him and can drive past him a few times in this game and be that kind of consistent scorer in the Celtics offense again. I think the Bucks will be able to score a lot in this game with Giannis, like I mentioned. So I think they'll be coming from behind in a faster-paced game with Jaylen Brown, and he'll be able to return some value with over 30 DraftKings points. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my fourth guy. Then I'm going to go with RJ Barrett. This guy's been seeing a ton of minutes at 6,500. He's getting the 40, 37, 36. He could get 40 minutes again here in this game just because they're so thin at guard right now. They got Alfred Payton hurt, and Dennis Smith Jr. was just ruled out for this game too. So those are 2 point guards out. Reggie Bullock is still out until November. So RJ Barrett, with just how thin they are at guard, he's going to have to play around 40 minutes again in this game. And it's a pretty solid matchup against Orlando. And this guy can fill it up despite if he's not shooting great. He's a really big guard, so he can get a ton of rebounds like we saw against the Bulls. And he's able to be a solid facilitator. He's been able to fill it up on the defensive end a good amount. 6 steals in one game, which is some crazy stuff. And I think he's going to be able to have another good game where he fills it up here. And just the minutes are way too good at 6,500. With him getting close to 40 minutes, it's a value I can't turn up. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there, or turn down. And then for my final guy, I'm going to go with Rodney Hood here at 3,800, going against OKC. Another guy playing a ton of minutes. It's just that he hasn't had those consistent performances he's been able to put together. He did have that one game against Dallas where he put up 34 DraftKings points. And Zach Collins still going to be out of this game, so that kind of opens up some potential offense for a guy like Rodney Hood. The pieces around him, besides Damian Lillard and CJ McCollum, aren't really great scorers. I mean, he should be the third option for this offense. It's just that he hasn't been too consistent, but I think in this game he can give us enough scoring and enough just stats in over 30 minutes where he's able to return value at a good price, like at 3,800. So I'm going to go ahead and lock him in there as my final guy. So that's the money 6. You got Devin Booker, Buddy Hield, Giannis, Jaylen Brown, Rodney Hood, and RJ Barrett. Hope you enjoyed it. Drop a like in the video if you did. Over 100 likes. Let's see if we can hit that again. Thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Hopefully, like I said, we have some better luck. Avoid an injury here tonight that it affects the whole game in one of these games. That'd be pretty annoying. But good luck, and we'll see you back here again next time.